Good morning and welcome to Morning Brew. Whoops, need to get the mic closer. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are and whenever you may be listening. I do hope it's a good one. Let's go to the chat. Professor Brady Specs, good morning, Captain Trek. And 47 Yorktown, good morning from Eastern Canada. Well, good morning, gentlemen. I hope everything is well. And anyone else listening, again, I hope it's a good one. Let's see here. Was up late last night. Shouldn't have been. Supposed to go to bed earlier. But of course, I was on Darius Munchausen's stream, and it was just too much fun to just leave. And then finally, it was just like, okay, I've got to go. I did say something backstage before I left, but it was just, okay, I got to go. It's funny. You know, I'm sure that there are people that are still over on Bill's stream, because last I knew he was still streaming, trying to get his 500th subscriber. I'm quite a ways away from 500, so I'm not gonna say I'm gonna stream till then, because first of all, it's Tuesday and I've got to go to the pain doctor. But yeah, I'll have one of those mega streams when I'm a little closer to it. Yeah, 24 away. Yeah, not gonna happen this morning or this week, unless something really drastic happens. Now, could it happen? Yes, of course. Anything could happen. But so I'm not going to rule it out, but it's so. Let's see here. It's Tuesday. There's not much going on that I know of yet. Hopefully Bird is sleeping in, because I haven't seen him in the chat yet. He's usually one of the first, of course. I keep meaning to watch Dude, just to see if it's something that I'm actually going to be, if I'm going to like it or not. But things keep coming up. I'm going to have to set aside time and just say, okay, this is the time I'm going to do it. And decide if to just watch it. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. But at least if I set aside the time, I'll have the time. I already said, okay, this is when I'm going to do it. I definitely need more coffee. I mean more. Gotta have coffee first. And good morning, Bradis Day. How are you? I hope you're having a good morning so far. Let's see here. One of the things I have to look forward to is again going to the pain doctor. Of course, they're always pestering me about going to see the surgeon, which I understand. But at the same time, it's like I can't control when I can get in to see the surgeon. So it's just kind of annoying. Only because it's like I can't say, "Oh, hey, I'll be there. I have an appointment for whatever." Because right now they're not taking appointments. And they are, but it's on out, and last I called, they were doing more. No, they weren't doing the more complicated procedures. Mine is more complicated. And that was their word. Those were their words, not mine. Easy for me to say. But I do admit that it is a more complicated procedure, so I know that. And it would be easier, I don't know, to do the ones that aren't quite as complicated. That's fine. I get it. But I would like to be able to get in to see the surgeon and, at least hear something. Like, oh, well, we can do the surgery this date. Be kind of nice to know. And good morning, Darth Haster. How are you today? By the way, thank you for coming on yesterday. And today's featured channel is Dillard Draws. He has some great draw streams on there on his channel. If you have not been there, feel free to go ahead and the link is in the description below. Feel free to check out his channel, see what you think. Go ahead and subscribe. I think you'll like the content, particularly if you love or if you enjoy going and watching people draw. It's kind of fun. I find it relaxing. I couldn't do it. I mean, the thought of drawing, stresses me out. But watching somebody else draw, oh yeah, it's relaxing. And then if I actually think about doing drawing, oh hell no. Uh, no. And good morning, 47 Yorktown. Darth Astor says, know how you feel. They said they don't want to risk paralyzing me with surgery. My question is, and I'm not asking you to answer, I'm just asking, what is a surgery? And what is the risk? Because if it's a high risk, I understand that. If the risk is minimal, I'd leave it up to the patient. That's just me. And Mountains of Elysium grades, my friend Captain Trek and fellow nerds will mostly be lurking as I need to get a project finished today. Well, I hope you get it finished. And by the way, thank you for being on before. You felt you talked too much. Honestly, no, you never talk too much. I see streams you're on, and you're usually the one that talks the least. So, absolutely would like to hear you talking more. But thank you again. And yes, I was a couple minutes late getting started. Oh, some stuff going on. Yay. Of course, I couldn't. Mountains of Elysium says he does. He thinks he does. Now, trust me. I've known other Irish people. And, yeah. Not one of the most talkative. So, see, I had a point going, and then all of a sudden I'm reading the chat. That's the problem. Sometimes I'll just go in and Robert Rose Jr. Morning, Captain Trek. Starting on my second cup of coffee for the day. Yeah, well, I need to go ahead to get my first cup of coffee. I'm gonna go ahead and take the computer with me and actually get a cup of coffee because I need it. But while I'm doing that, if you wouldn't mind, anyone who hasn't shared out the stream, please feel free to. Do all the usual. But it's funny. I was who was it? It was on Twitter, on DMs, of course. And somebody's like, "Oh, well, you could get to 500 by the end of the week," and it's like, okay. What do you mean put in the link? I've been told I need to talk more. So I've been concentrating on doing that. So I'll put in the link. I think people have gotten used to the fact I just put in the link automatically. I'm just giving you shit, Darth Astor. I mean, yes, people have been saying I need to talk more, but that wasn't why I hadn't put in the link. I just hadn't done it yet. So I've actually been doing something. You ever do anything that's just absolutely pointless just because you, I don't know, want to? I'm kind of working on something that nobody's ever going to see. It's just for me. And I still want it to be perfect. Now, there is something I'm working on that people are going to see, but that's going to be after my 500th subscriber. I guess I realize I'm 24 away, and that's going to probably be a while, but I would rather do it now than go, oh shit, I'm at 499 and need to get something to celebrate. So, yeah, might as well do it now to save time. But this other thing is just kind of, this is fun. It's just for fun. But anyhow, and of course, everybody's talking to each other, which is a good thing. Oh, Darth Haster, no. Trust me, it is a little easier having someone else up here, but you. No, I find it funny because um, like I said, there have been some I don't know, I guess it was miscommunication. Some stressful things happened, so I decided before that yeah, I was gonna not be on YouTube. And then of course it was even more stressful not being on because all the drama was going on and it's like, oh fuck this. I had people contacting me, asking me why I wasn't doing it, if I would please start doing it again, or if I would start doing another stream or something. And so, yeah. Yeah, then I had another couple of people who were like, well, I'm glad he restarted it. I didn't ask because I didn't want to bother you, but was hoping you would. And so, yeah, I have to admit, I kind of remembered a promise I had made somebody before, and that I would keep going. Um, actually, there have been a couple of people that I've told that, and um, one of them is Mama Prey, who was not pleased that I was not going on when I wasn't. Um, so upsetting Mama Prey is not a good thing. So Okay, give you a few minutes more. No big deal. Not in any hurry. Not in any hurry. It's just kind of me talking. I can, I could talk for however long. It's funny, I got this big TV. I do watch some stuff on it. Didn't quite mean to get quite as big a TV because now the entire small dresser I have is taken. The top of it's taken up by TV, but kind of screwed up some things I had set up. Hey, no big deal. And so anyhow, no, it's funny. I got some bad news from a friend yesterday who, well, their mom, who had not gone many places. In fact, the only place they went, the only place she went was to the doctor's office. Had to go there semi-regularly. Very similar to, I mean, not like me where I have to go every week to the wound care doctor, but regularly enough to be regular. Anyhow, that's where. So she got COVID-19 by going to the doctor. Yay. So, and she's only had it for a couple of days, only tested positive for a couple of days. She's already having some serious problems. So, I don't know. I need something else to talk about. Because that isn't a fun thing. So any movies, TV shows that you're interested in seeing coming up? Oh, thank God. And good morning, Professor.
Morning, Captain.
Oh, what's going on?
Well, not too much. Sitting here, coffee in my hand, cigarette lit, talking to you. Sounds like a regular morning.
Yeah.
I was listening to one of my go-to music songs this morning. It was Brad Paisley and Alison Krauss, "Whiskey Lullaby."
And Robert Rose Jr.'s shoot here in South Carolina, gas is now over $3 a gallon. Who can afford to go? much anywhere much so. Well, yeah, that's true. Guess what? It's only going up. Yay.
Yeah. Hello, bird.
Hello, world. It's hello.
You're on.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can
Oh,
you
the
hear
gray
me?
wasn't moving around my avatar.
It is
Hello,
now.
world. It's Birdo Bray 5. Kapla.
Kapla, bird. How you doing this morning?
Staying dry on a very, very wet morning
Oh,
here in
it was
Bayside.
yeah, it was pouring here like around I think
Still
1
is.
to like 3 o'clock here. So I guess it went up that way. It
Yeah,
looked
I
like
mean,
it
it
was
was.
rolling towards the north.
We had a flood watch from 8 p.m. last night and through all day today, but it really, really got bad like 6:30 an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds about when did it hit? Probably around 6. Because it takes, let's see,
Depends on the wind
3,
speed and such. Yeah.
yeah, depending on wind speed, yeah.
Because being a hurricane can take a lot less time than a regular thunderstorm even.
It's amazing I learned all this stuff in Boy Scouts.
Wonder if they teach anything
Had
in
a,
Boy Scouts anymore. I don't know.
I doubt if they do teaching in Boy Scouts anymore. I really don't know. I haven't been or been attending anything. I've been thinking about it though.
So what's going on, Bird?
Bird? Either bird? I don't think he's there.
Sorry,
No,
Captain, I was busy.
no problem.
How's what do you think of all this all these new developments for this Alec Baldwin thing?
Honestly, I think a lot of news and YouTube channels need to stop spreading potential myths, lies, rumors, and just stick to fact. Fact is, not all the facts are known. Now, there are a few channels I don't mind them talking about it, but some of them it's been like, what?
Yeah, from what I understand about it, it's a mess.
Yeah. Yeah, when their first comment is, I think, wrong. Unless they're a professional And
Oh, I have
by that I
theories.
mean
I
a
mean,
Hollywood.
everybody has their theories.
Yeah. Like I said, theories are one thing. Theories are fine. But there's a time and place to present theories. During an investigation is not one of them. That's just my opinion. But
Yeah, but yeah, that's
which is why I'm not getting the clicks. It's like, hey, I'm not up on talking on all the gossip and all the who cares? I mean, I could do that, but nah.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck on Doom Eternal right now. I can't figure out how to totem. Apparently, I ain't gonna do anything, and the enemies are gonna keep spawning until I can get rid of that totem. Yeah, I'm like, damn, these guys keep coming. I mean, they're deadly enemies. I could probably take care of them for as long as the ammo holds, but
Oh, there's got to be a cheat, you know.
no, it's the fact of getting up and using your platform skills to get up there to the totem to break it. That's the puzzle. Because it looks like ball poles and do some Tomb Raider stuff to get up there. When you're not doing is shimming on a ledge.
There's got to be, like I said, there's got to be a cheat. Come on.
No,
Come
I'm
on.
not gonna cheat it. I'm not gonna cheat it. Mm-mm. I'm very tempted to, but no, I'm not gonna cheat it.
Give in to temptation. No.
No. One of my things that I used to even have a T-shirt of. Do not lead me to find it my damn self. And it literally said that, and I love that shirt. Like when I first moved out of my parents' house, I bought that shirt and rocked it like it was a mantra. And it practically was. Yeah. I'm sure I've heard that saying. I don't find trouble, trouble finds me. Well, yeah, that was me.
Oh. Mountains, I'm glad I'm not in Ireland. for a number of reasons, but damn.
Jeez Louise mountains. That's it. I'm invested in one of those. Owning a Segway is not looking too bad.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Here, we're paying about half that. It's going to get up there.
Of course, I'd probably get laughed at down the street on a freaking Segway. Like, look at the dude on the Segway. He's such a loser. Nobody can save me in the world, man. I can just hear it now. And I'm like, whatever.
And Professor says it was like $1.72 a year ago. Now it's $2.99. Well, you're gonna be in for a much higher price this summer. So yeah, trust me, enjoy the low gas prices while they last, because they're not going to.
A buddy of mine's got one of those mountain bikes. He mounted a milk crate on the back of his, so he could get groceries and stuff with it. It was pretty smart. I'm thinking of hitting him up when I need myself another bike. Yeah, we're talking bicycles. It's not going to do me any good come winter time, but hey. It's about that much here. I think it's like, yeah, at least $3 and I think 10-15 cents a gallon here. Last time I checked, it was like $3.12. But my dad says it's cheaper in my town than it is back in my hometown.
Really?
Yeah. It's like 20 cents higher. So it's like $3.30 there. Which I really don't get. How it could be that different, because like it's like shit a county away. But it is what it is. I mean, hello, V Star.
Yes. Good morning, V Star. What's going on?
Listen to any good music today, Cap?
Nope. No, I was I actually slept in. I usually listen to something before I come on, but I didn't even. I think that's part of the reason why I usually have something playing, but today I didn't.
I like Professor Brainy Specs' comment. I really like that one. Especially
Well, the person sitting in the White House has no influence on who on gas prices. However, the politics does. So there are certain things. You could have any other. You could. I'm going to tell you right now. Even if Trump were in office, it wouldn't necessarily matter. Gas prices may not be lower. I'm telling you, there are other extenuating circumstances. I'm not saying. I'm not saying Biden doesn't have any influence. I'm saying that there are other circumstances as well. And to say that Biden being in office is the only reason that gas prices are higher, kind of ignorant. I'm going to be blunt. He's not the only reason gas prices are higher. There's a lot of shit going on. Oh, I agree, Robert. The Democrats created this crisis with their mandatory shutdowns. Yes. And according to them, this shit was going to end with the election. Well, if they had kept their word and opened things up like they were supposed to, yeah, things wouldn't be as bad. So, yeah, we can't.
I've been starting to think about things like that. Is the shortage really actually things not being on the shelves, or is it people not willing to work in where they actually make the things to put on shelves?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's the problem. Or what's really going on, because everything, no matter how little it is, it's like the butterfly effect. A wing of a butterfly can cause a hurricane across the world, in theory. But we know that's not true. The idea of it is kind of true. Just a little nudge here, or doing some work over there, could actually affect getting groceries and toiletries and things that are not on the shelves on the shelves. I guess we don't have. I mean, we have the manpower, but are they willing to work? That's the question.
Yeah. There's a lot of levels where stuff isn't being done. So, yeah.
And then there are people that are actually like trying to change their lives and willing to work that can't get the work because of previous things.
Yeah. You also have people that are willing to work who can't because their industry isn't open or their business isn't open. You know, people can't necessarily pack up and move across the country.
Yeah, not everybody can do that. But most of the people think that's by working from home, and that may be good for some people, but it seems like almost needed in some places, in some instances, like factory work, like where they make the bottles that make our like sodas and our drinks and things. Or for example, that's another example would be the people that make quality assurance people to make sure your bounty stays quicker picker uppy. You know what I mean? Everybody likes a good paper towel. I don't know. Hashtag again. Hashtag not sponsored.
Well, to comment on what Professor was talking about, gas prices were going up anyhow. That wasn't an issue. We've always had lower gas prices in most other countries. And we always whine and bitch about it when gas prices go up even anywhere near what other countries are paying. Now, you want to know who to blame? Go on the local and federal and the state level, because you're going to find it's not just the president who affects it. We've got red states, we've got blue states, and a lot of that has to do with the state level as well. So Camilla is not the only oh, well, yeah, they were here.
Tell me how red states are causing gas prices to go up.
I'm saying I didn't say they're causing to go up. I'm saying there are other things going on.
The gas prices were way high under Obama and Biden, went low under Trump, and are going way high again. To nobody's surprise, Captain. It's the president's energy policy that's the cause of the gas price rise. Now, there's other things too, hurricanes and that. Yeah, those have temporary issues. But long-term gas prices are all about energy policy. And it's clear the energy policy of Biden is less drilling, less gas, less fossil fuels, where the energy policy of the previous president was as much as we can get, as quickly as we can get it. It has nothing to do with the states. I'm sorry. I mean, day to day, temporary maybe, but long term of any consequence, no. It's the president's policy. It's my opinion, obviously. I'm not an economist. Even if I was, I don't know that you could speak definitively on the subject. But I gotta say something. Yeah. There's. I'm sorry. I feel like not admitting that is being disingenuous.
I filled everything else out.
Okay. Well,
Obviously, we disagree. So it's fine. We're allowed to disagree.
no, we don't disagree.
I
as
just
much
don't
as
know
you
what
think we do.
I just don't know what to say at this point. I mean,
Neither do I. So we're just gonna end it. Bye, everybody.
What are you ending the stream for? It's something else.
no, something else completely. Yeah, I just found out that WVU won their college game, and they're probably going to be in the Big Ten. For football.
Really?
What school is that?
WVU won their football games. They're going to be in the Big Ten this year. So that's a first. They've never been in the Big Ten. Apparently, Dave G. Sound knows what I'm talking about. That he knows how big that is.
I'd say really not something I follow, unfortunately. So I don't even know what being Big Ten means.
Basically, the Big Ten football teams. That conference circuit.
Well, for them to become Big Ten, does
The
that mean
Eastern.
somebody else got kicked out?
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, who got dropped?
Oh, great. Time for a few choice words there, Darth Hester.
What's that?
You were not coming in.
I'm not. Son of a bitch! I bet you heard that perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, why is it when I try to talk normal, you can't all hear me, but when I swear like a sailor, everybody hears everything? I've noticed this.
StreamYard selective muting.
Yeah, I think
Very
StreamYards is
technology.
very selective hearing, like more selective hearing than my old man. Yeah. Well, I don't blame my old man. He did have a grenade go off, like beside him. I mean, shit. You'd have some bad hearing too if that happened. But it's kind of funny, especially if you actually talk to him. He's got a hearing aid now, and even if you talk to him, you could be right in front of him, talking to him with my normal voice right now, as if I'm just in the same room talking to you two. And he would be like, "What? Speak up, I can't hear you." And I'm like, "Maybe with the hearing aid, you're deaf." And he hears that. And then he just busts out laughing. Yes, V-Star. I'm talking about the West Virginia football team. WVU. Where's my mom? I don't know. Well, I know where mom is. I think she was in the living room at the time. If you really want to. Are we trying to map out my parents' house or something? Because that's kind of what it feels like. And hello, Darius Munchausen. Good morning.
Good morning, Darius. How are you today? Just out of curiosity, did Bill get to 500? I know he's close, but just wondered.
Ooh, nice. That's always yay. That's good. I have nothing to say this morning.
Huh?
I have nothing to say this morning.
Yep. Well, hopefully Bill didn't end his stream. I'll check real quick.
We did.
Let me check.
I know I see an insomniac listed, but I don't see anything.
Yep. He's on. He's live. There's 3 people watching now. There's 4 people on the panel. And I still only need three more subs to get to 500. So, good morning, Darius. What's going on today? By the way, it was an excellent stream last night. Sorry I had to leave when I did, but I was just about ready to fall asleep. And what is Mama Pray doing?
It's on the phone. What's this so bright?
Ah,
We were having a big panic this morning over my heart monitor that we recently sent back. She believes she may have forgotten to write the doctor's name on the outside of the box, which the doctor told us to do 3 times. I say, even if she did forget, which I'm not convinced she did, nobody's going to give a shit. But she is convinced it's the most important problem in the world. So that's where we are this morning. Good morning, Mama Craig. Huh? I'm just saying I'm sure they will figure it out.
She said 3 times. Make sure you put my name on.
Okay, but even if we didn't, I'm sure life will go on.
oh, knowing Mama Prey, I'm sure she did. She just forgot.
It's funny.
Either way, is what I'm saying, is that it's not a big deal. Okay, we'll go on. Whether I have to call them and give them the name or whatever, it's not like they're going to throw out the device because there was no name on it. And we're never going to get the results. And even if they did, so the F what? We would do it again. All I did is had to tape it to myself for 3 days. It wasn't end of the world type stuff here.
Nope, I agree.
I don't understand why she gets so upset over certain things that are of very little consequence in the scheme of things.
Because there's very little that she has control over, and that's one of the things she can control. And
Wow, quite the wise sage advice this morning, Captain. Maybe we should do Dear Cat.
and she feels responsible because maybe she didn't do what needed to be done, and she should relax, because it's not, that's life. People make mistakes, and I am absolutely sure that she did write the name on there. She just isn't sure she did. And yes, Mountains of Elysium. Tell Mama Pray not to worry. If you send it UPS, it will get there anyway. Couldn't help myself. Well, let's put it this way.
It was sent post office.
Somebody's backstage.
How's my favorite odd couple doing today? Yep, that answers my question right there about you, Cap.
Okay. What?
What do you want, son?
What time are we doing schoolwork?
When I say we're doing schoolwork, okay? Leave me alone. Sorry about that, but he's been spazzing the last 2 hours now because he can't find his freaking phone. It's somewhere in the house, and he was stressing mom out. And I finally told him, I was like, just stop.
Is it, well, let me ask this, is the phone on or off?
It's dead. And I asked him, why is it? Well, it wasn't originally dead, but I asked him, I was like, well, I was like, why do you have the ringer turned all the way down? I was like, that kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, I would agree.
So I'm waiting. Probably this afternoon will be when it's done. I'm waiting on Cyberpunk updates to download because I just installed the game. See, I remember when Cyberpunk was Cyberpunk 2077 was a pen and paper RPG. Now, I never played that particular RPG, but I knew people who did. The only reason I think we didn't is because, well, the limited funds, and we already had plenty of RPG books. And honestly, I think we were content with where we were at. We didn't want to learn a new game system.
It makes sense.
How are you, Bird?
I'm good.
Okay. Hey, Dave, G Sounds, Mountains of Elysium, V Star, Hester. Oh. So what's going on today? Anything in the news worth talking about? Disney do something to screw up this week?
Not
I'm
that
sure
I'm
they did.
aware.
So you guys know I switch between sometimes listening to conservative radio and then I'll go over to a left channel to hear people see how crazy the left is talking. And these people are just viciously mean. I mean, they basically made a comment about a certain person and said this person works harder than anybody else. No billionaire, millionaire coal miner works harder than this person. I'm like, I think that coal miner might disagree with you on that one. It's just the smugness that comes out of it.
It's the arrogance that is so. But it isn't. It isn't on any one side. It's just like the attitude of some of the wealthy people are just. Yeah.
Well, it's okay. So, for example, if you've ever seen the way sometimes these kind of people talk, and yes, both sides will do it sometimes, but I see it on, and I call it out if it happens on my side.
Mm-hmm.
Is the pandering, and two, the condescending nature, and you just don't know what's good for you. I know what's good for you, and I know who's going to give it to you, and I'm going to make sure they give it to you. Yeah, see, key point there. I said they will find somebody to give it to you. They won't give it to you because they're not going to give up their money. It's just a very smug, honestly disgusting. And I constantly get tired of hearing about it. Millionaires and billionaires. Who gives a shit? The average person does not. We do not wake up in the morning. I don't think Bird does, and I don't think you do, and I don't think I do, and I don't think anyone here. Wake up and worry about what millionaires and billionaires are doing. What we worry about is, okay, our daily life, what we need to take care of. And it was so funny because it was like this lady, she's like, well, I've got this job and I work, I have 12-hour days and I only have this 1 hour to do something. If something gets me distracted, I lose that hour. And I'm like, maybe you should look at your schedule and see where you can move things around.
Yeah, exactly.
Or, maybe rethink what you're doing working those 12 hours. And then she said, and then it was so hilarious because she's like, yeah, I don't even do my own laundry. I'm like, I just started laughing. It's like, you're all stressed out and complaining about this 1 hour, but you can't do laundry. And then, I can't do laundry. I don't have 3 hours. 3 hours to do laundry. Put the laundry in, turn the washer on, come back 45 minutes or whatever time later, throw it in the dryer, go back, come back when it's done, throw another load in if you have to. And then, oh my God, you got to take 10 minutes to 10, 15 minutes to, the horror, fold the clothes.
Yeah, but you're being reasonable and expecting reason. Yeah, whatever.
Darth Astor, I lived in West Virginia. I know coal miners. I know what goes into being a coal miner. I'm no expert on it. I've never worked in a coal mine ever, but I have, you come out of there, you're covered in soot and everything. Spending your time in, an area that has to have massive safety areas, to make sure, everybody stays safe. It's, it's just disgusting, some of the things these people say. And it is on both sides. I won't deny that. Like V-Star.
And good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I was enamored by the conversation and talking about laundry. I got 2 jokes for you guys.
Shoot.
How much does the combined laundry of everyone in the White House weigh?
It's a lot of shit.
Yeah, a washing ton.
Oh.
All right, second one. Why are racists so good at doing laundry?
Why?
They always separate the whites from the colors.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm surprised I haven't heard either one of those before.
Yeah, well, I was watching a lot of political news this morning, and it just sort of started coming together. And you guys are are my first victims.
Well, it's like I said, I switch between. Sometimes I'll switch between. I have XM radio, so I switch between the Patriot and the Progressive channel sometimes because mainly I enjoy hearing the differences in what once as a conservative I am. I hear the topics over there, and then I hear the topics over on the left side. I'm like, I'm blown away by the pettiness of what they try to do. Like I'll give you an example. One of them is always like talks about. I mean, just her whole thing is on the jab. Just get the fucking jab, people. I mean, she literally said that.
Wow.
It's like, just get the fucking jab, people. Come on. You don't have a right to kill other people. What the fuck does that have to do with me not taking it? I've already had COVID.
You're naturally immune, so you got a superpower.
Cap had to get the jab because Cap has to get surgery.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah. By the way, have you actually gotten a date for that surgery? They mandated you get a jab, or are they going to mandate you get a? By the time they do it, they're going to mandate the fucking booster shot.
Probably. And I'm still trying to get an appointment.
Gee whiz.
And you got the jab, what, months ago?
Yep.
And yeah, George, I remember him saying they told him, we will not do your surgery if you do not get the jab, which I think is 100% bullshit.
That's isn't that like extortion or blackmail? I don't know. It's just that's that's oh my God, I can't even process that. That's crazy. What happened to my body, my choice?
That only applies to one particular area. Oh, Dave G Sound says he's been in a mine in Big Stone Gap. You had to lay in a cart to drive in. Yeah.
You know, I've had arguments with family members, and when I told them my point of view about this whole thing, they said,
Mhm.
"Okay, so where did you see it? Where'd you see it? Was it was it CNN? Was it Fox and Friends? They're listing me all the mainstream media news." I said, "No, I talked to people on I talk to people on the internet. I talk to people who have experienced this. I've read science what do you call papers. I've watched what's going on, who's suing who, and all that stuff. And
To
it was just too much. It was too much. It was like they wanted it all packaged. They wanted everything packaged in a nice little 5 minute news report coming off of CNN. They didn't want to go to the trouble of sourcing out the information themselves.
to answer Robert's question, yes, I know who Mark Levin is. His show normally comes on when it usually comes on about 6 o'clock my time. I'm not normally listening to the radio at that point. Would I support him if he ever ran for president? I don't know. I know him as a conservative, but as a politician, I'd have to actually do a little more research. But I would not mind. There's the guy I particularly prefer. I don't really care for Sean Hannity. I'll be the first one to admit. I don't like his show. I don't really care for him. The guy I like is Andrew Wilkow. I absolutely love him. And people like him. Now, if Ben Shapiro ever ran for president, yes, I would vote for him.
What about the governor of Florida?
Yes, I would support Rob DeSantis because I've actually been in Florida. My mom's been there 30 years. He's been one of the best governors they've had in a long time on either side.
Yeah, I saw some news reports on him yesterday into this morning. He literally told the entire shipping industry, "Hey, we got our ports open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll be pushing through thousands of containers, in 24 hours through every port." I go like, "Holy smokes!"
Well, this is the problem with a lot of governors is you have this issue where they like, well, we can't do anything. We need the federal government to get involved. You run the state. You have control of your state per the 10th Amendment. This is not difficult, but you're sitting on your hands, being lazy, waiting on DC to come save your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not a good way to govern.
No.
What if the
These
ghost
says our
of
friend,
Rush Limbaugh came back
that?
with half his? Said, what if the ghost of Rush Limbaugh came back with half his brain tied behind his back? Would you vote for him?
He'd still be smarter than the guy currently in the White House.
Yeah.
Hey,
More
I'm just
active,
saying,
too.
hey, I'm just saying this. I did a video yesterday on this. He literally couldn't remember the name of two ports and literally was like, yeah, 40% of things go through LA and what am I doing here? I mean, that's literally what he fucking said. What am I doing here?
What am I doing here? In
You can hear the audio. You can hear. I did the audio of it, and if this was a one-time mistake, maybe I could do it. But he was doing a video conference, and he was talking to the Prime Minister of Great Britain and the Prime Minister of Australia. He referred to the Prime Minister. He couldn't remember the Prime Minister of Australia's name, so he goes, "Thank you to that fella down under."
I remember that. I remember that part. Oh my God. Sorry to interrupt you. I'm just shocked. In mid sentence. That means that what is it? Dementia? What do you call that thing?
Oh no, he had to have Anderson Cooper help his ass out. I mean, it's so bad. Even SNL made a joke about his mental capacity, which was probably watched by more people than the town hall was.
Wow.
Now, you want to hear those things? Just go look it up. Some of the things he did, or go watch my 10-minute video of me going over, because I basically, and I'm just a nobody, and I basically destroyed everything he said. I don't know where they come up with the $7 an hour. Does anybody know a place that's only paying $7 an hour right now? Because I could throw a fucking stone in one of the cities I live near, and they have same day pay, $13 an hour, $12 an hour, $14 an hour. I'm like, so I don't know where he's seeing that $7 shit, because I sure as fuck ain't seen it, and I live in Indiana.
Wait a minute, $7 an hour, isn't that like way below?
I don't even know what the federal minimum wage is anymore.
I thought it was like 12 or 13.
Oh no, it also depends on the states, because states can raise the minimum wage too. They can raise it to their whatever they want it to be.
Huh.
Yeah. Reminds me of that movie. It's a mad, 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 mad world.
That's one of the best 3 hours I've ever spent watching a movie.
Now that I think about it, I need to watch that. I need to watch that again. I haven't seen it in so long. Another good one is The Gods Have Gone Crazy.
Oh my God!
You seen that movie?
Oh, of course. Are you kidding me? All hail to the Coca-Cola. The Coca-Cola is God.
That's another movie I haven't seen in forever.
Oh my God!
I need to watch a couple of those.
I remember putting in the tape in the VCR, and the part where the person gets, it was fast forwarded at the very beginning. The part where the person gets, walks out of the house, gets in the car, drives down the driveway, which is like a car length, gets their mail, and then backs up. That was
I need to rewatch that movie. It's been so long. Those are great. If you two haven't seen them, they are great. They are both great comedies.
Also, Brother, Where Art, Brother from Another Planet.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard of that in a long time.
Yeah, I'm currently right now trying to find if it's available for viewing online.
I was doing I did a Mel Brooks panel sometime back, and I had realized that there were certain movies I had never seen of Mel Brooks's. I had never seen History of the World, and I had never seen Young Frankenstein. And I was like, holy shit, how did I miss these two? And I watched them, and of course, my favorite part is when he comes. There's great moments in the history. I have these 15 punk shit 10 commandments.
Yeah.
I'm what was it? Oh, he's talking to B. Arthur. He's like, I'm a philosopher. Oh, a bullshit artist. Did you bullshit anyone this week? No. Did you try to bullshit someone? Yes. You see, when we started getting those parodies in the late 90s, early 2000s, I literally wanted to grab the directors, tie them all in a room, and make them watch all Mel Brooks movies and be like, okay, I'm going to educate you guys on how to do a parody right. And just make them watch nothing but Mel Brooks movies.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Young Frankenstein, everyone keeps talking about, the standard ones, the standard people like, that's Frankenstein or Igor or Walk This Way, or I thought the hump was on the other side. All that. No, for me, the best recollection is when Gene Wilder gets so angry while while he's teaching at the beginning, gets so angry. I mean, they had the prop. They showed you the prop of the scalpel, and it was such a great sound. He gets so angry that he smashes his fist down on his knee to prove a point, and then he realizes he just stabbed himself.
Well, remember he used that same he used the Igor hump thing in Robin Hood Men in Tights, where the mole kept moving different places on his body, the Prince John's body. Sir, Your Majesty, wasn't your mole on the other side of your face? I have a mole? I think that was the first time. I think that was the first time I ever saw Dave Chappelle.
Oh, really?
I think so. I think that was the first time I'd ever seen Dave Chappelle.
Oh, what a great guy. The latest I heard from him, it says, "You will not summon me. I will not bend the knee."
I watched his last two. I've watched his specials. I watched his last special, and it's so funny when I see people. They're bitching about his special, and it's like you're just basically giving it free advertising.
Oh yeah, totally, absolutely.
When they talk about the alphabet soup, we want representation. You're getting jokes made about you from, quite frankly, one of the most popular comedians in modern time right now. You don't get much better representation than that.
I would agree.
Oh, could you imagine if Rodney Dangerfield was still alive?
Well,
Or Richard Pryor?
Don Rickles is still alive, right?
Don Rickles, I don't know if he's still alive or not.
I didn't hear of him passing away, so I don't think I've heard. No, Don Rickles of all the people, he would rip you apart in like I don't know what 5-10 seconds. I think 5-10 seconds is a good estimate.
What's another guy? I believe he's British. Is it Bill Barr? He's another good one.
Yes.
Yeah, those guys. Whew, I still say some of the best comedic talent I ever saw in a duo in the last 50 years. So I'm going back is Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder when they did movies together.
actually, Don Rickles died in 2017.
Okay.
Fuck. That's a shame.
One of my favorite movies is See No Evil, Hear No Evil. When Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder got together, man, it was just comic gold to watch.
I like them in Silver Streak.
Yes. Is that the one where Pryor's the thief?
Yes.
Yes. Who are you? I'm a thief. I love the end of the movie where he basically just drives the car he steals a car, drives it out of the mall. Just waves on like it's nothing. And then in See No Evil, Hear No Evil, he's like, all he's talking about is getting laid. It's like the girl asks, "You any last requests? Could you scratch my nose?" And Gene Wilder, "Can you scratch my nose?" And she does. And he's like, "I suppose a fuck would be out of the question."
Yeah.
Oh. Those guys knew how to make comedy. So here's a question for you guys. Going back to maybe black and white comedy, what did you think was funnier? The Three Stooges, Abbott and Costello, or Laurel and Artie?
Ooh, in my opinion, the Three Stooges for straight physical comedy. Laura Hardy. Um, I'll get back to that. Abbott and Costello. Overall comedy. Laura Abbott and Costello. It was a mental comedy more than it was a physical comedy.
I think that's why they kind of topped my list over the Three Stooges. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the Three Stooges, but Abbott and Costello just had a comedy skit that 13 goes into 27, and Who's on First, and things
Yeah.
like that. They just
They
managed to do comedy without doing comedy.
Yeah, they knew how to get right into your head. They really did know how to get right into your head. And Lauren Hardy, that's tough. I want to say there. I mean, I have fond memories of watching it, but I've never been able to do a repeat on them.
What about you, Captain?
Oh, trying to think. See, I wasn't really much on the Three Stooges. I mean, some of it, yes, but then I don't know. I for me, the physical comedy would be more like I Love Lucy type thing.
Okay.
Where I don't know.
Sense. No, that's fine. That makes total sense. The Three Stooges wasn't everybody's cup of tea. It's just the truth. Even some of their later stuff wasn't even. I was kind of like, nah, it's kind of lost its edge.
Well, they were they were repetitive. I mean, literally, their shtick from every gag was almost the same thing. It was at a certain point, how many times are you going to see Shep get smacked off by Mo and Curly gets smacked up by Shep?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it just, all they do is literally take the same jokes, the same gags, and they stick them into a different environment. That was it.
Take care, Professor.
I like what V-Star brought up with Bill Murray and Don Rickles from Caddyshack. I want you to kill every golfer in this place. Well, pardon me, sir, but if I kill all the golfers, they're going to lock me up and throw away the key. No, they're going. You guys know their line.
Yeah. Apparently, Bill Murray just ad-libbed the whole thing.
I could believe that of Bill Murray. V-Star, when I heard Who's on First the first time, I was with my cousin and my cousin Ian, and him and I were in his room just, we put on some comedy, and he asked me if I'd ever seen Who's on First, and I had never seen it before. I think I was maybe 7 or 8 at the time. And I was laughing so goddamn hard. I think that was the first time I ever remember laughing so hard the back of my head started hurting.
You know what? Also, now I'm thinking about it more. Abbott and Costello, their comedy, they also had great dialogue gags, just like Bob Hope would.
Actually, I'm going to be completely honest with you, Robert. I've never seen a skit of the Marx Brothers in my life. I'm going to have to need to correct that.
Yes.
I am fairly confident if I YouTube it, I will find some skits.
Mm-hmm.
Marx Brothers. Their
V-Star,
early,
if you didn't, if people didn't love I Love Lucy, yeah, there's something wrong with you. And you can still thank Lucille Ball for Star Trek.
oh yeah, she was the only one who had balls in Hollywood. To look at it and say, yeah, you know what, let's do this.
Look, Gene Roddenberry may have created it, but she's the one who kept the show going. She's the one who got the show to actually take off. So you need to be thanking Lucille Ball as well as Gene Roddenberry. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it wasn't for a strong, independent, brave woman, we probably wouldn't have Star Trek like we had.
Yes. That is
Oh,
true.
Frog G already dropped it. Who's on first? Look at the Frog G. He's the master of finding links. I think that ought to be a title for him. The Master of Links.
Oh, absolutely.
I've never seen somebody who can find a link faster than him.
No.
In any chat ever.
And good morning, Frog G. He likes to lurk. But
nothing wrong with that. What about you, Bird? What's your thoughts on the comedy of the old days like that? The Three Stooges, Abbott Costello, Marx Brothers and stuff.
Yeah, don't really care about it.
Okay. No worries there.
I mean, when I was a kid, I watched them, but to be honest, these days, does nothing for me.
Okay, I can respect that.
I've been watching Mission Impossible.
The original?
Oh, of course, of course. Mission Impossible, Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie, and I got to tell you, the 1960s. I think they were the golden years for television. They had they had Star Trek. They had Lost in Space. They had The Rifleman. The three already mentioned. I mean, there was just so much wonderful content on TV. It was ridiculous.
When I was dating my wife, we've had this conversation before, and she recently brought this up again. She goes, "That's when I knew you were the keeper." Was when she said certain things, and I said, "You're a regular Donna Reed." And she was like, "You know who Donna Reed is?" I was like, "Yeah, I used to watch Donna Reed all the time. I watched Donna Reed, Mr. Ed, Dennis the Menace, Lost in Space." I didn't really care for My Three Sons. That was one of those ones I didn't care for. We also had Green Acres and
Green Acres. Oh, jeez. Oh, what a great series.
Or Beverly Hillbillies also.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, the problem nowadays is they try to take these old shows and update them, and it's like it doesn't work.
No.
Because the new people watching it have no clue what the old stuff is, and those of us who did watch the old stuff are like, this is not the movie. Like, I'll give you a perfect example. I'll give you a really good movie, a great movie, and there was that movie with I can't think of his name from that 70s show, but it was Guess Who, and it was a remake basically of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. And they kind of turned it into a bit of a comedy where that movie was not a comedy at all.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know what I mean by Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, the point is it's a very chipper, kind of light in the head white girl dating a black man in, what was it, the 50s, 60s?
late 50s,
Mhm.
late 50s.
Yeah. And that was the whole thing. That was the feature of the movie. And they didn't shy away from the fact that they knew this was going to be different. But she just, she's kind of very innocent. The word I should use is innocent. She doesn't seem to grasp what she is getting herself into. The parents see that, and the boyfriend sees that. But she is literally the one who's like, what's the big, literally, what's the big fucking deal? And to have the balls to make a movie like that back then, that's ballsy. That's groundbreaking. Unlike they try to do that shit nowadays where they say, oh, this is groundbreaking, this is breaking barriers. No, dude, pretty much most of the barriers that were broke long before your ass was probably born. Now, what is this visa? Donna Reed was married to Dodd Darren. I knew his son. My first boyfriend was Clark Gable's son. Okay, V-Star, if you say so. Chancellor Gorkin is coming to dinner. Check off.
Yeah, I like that.
There were so many groundbreaking. I mean, it's like I said when I had to talk. I got to educate my daughter a little bit better, my youngest daughter, because she actually doesn't see an appeal to black and white movies. I'm like, I'm gonna have to pick some that I think she might actually enjoy, and show her that black and white. If it wasn't for black and white, if it wasn't for some of the things these people did. Oh, remember what I talked about, Cap? I so get sick and tired of hearing about these CGI people and all the hours they put in. I'm like, sorry, you don't top stop motion animation, guys.
Nope.
Talking about black and white, there's a lot of the films that we play Fridays and Saturdays on my channel. What's it called? The Underwater Kingdom. The Underwater Kingdom has the whole scene of where Luke and Han dress up as stormtroopers. That scene is in the Underwater Kingdom, and that was 1935. The movie.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's the color one or the black and white one, the entire ritual in Temple of Doom came out of that movie. Atomic Rulers of the Earth. They spoofed the Superman gag. They spoofed the Green Lantern Corps, and they also the third act was on the same set as Dr. No ending.
Really?
Mission to Mars. There's a scene in a hotel patio, poolside, all that stuff. And the moment we saw that we saw that switch over to that scene, we're going like, wait a minute. And then when the camera cut, when the camera was cutting back and forth between the characters, that was the exact location, the exact seating as the movie from Goldfinger, when James Bond was looking through the periscope from a motel room, and he saw that Goldfinger was cheating. There's just just the last movie that we just watched, Star Odyssey, 1979.
Mm-hmm.
It's a copy and paste of The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi copy and paste that movie. The lightsaber battle, the multiple characters lightsaber battle in The Last Jedi. It's in that freaking movie from 1979. The casino, it's in that movie from 1979. It totally floored us. Of course, I've been talking about this for the last 2 years. Rise of Skywalker is a copy and paste of Raiders of the Lost Ark, literally. And we all know that The Force Awakens is just a copy and paste of the original Star Wars. That's a no-brainer. We were watching Captain America serial, the 1944. Is probably the most expensive serial that was ever produced back then, and it looked okay. Let me just collect my thought for a moment. The 1989 Batman, and also the Dark Knight Batman.
Right.
A lot of the gags out of those two movies were in that Captain America 1944 serial in the opening set. We're going like, holy smokes! And then as the first half of the serial we're watching, because I cut it all together in one movie.
Right.
We're looking at it going like, this is Batman. This is Batman. It's not Captain America, because there was no shield, there was no Steve Rogers, nothing. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing to see this in action, and to see all this similarities between these movies that have been, was it 1930s, 70 years, 70 years ago. A lot of the elements, a lot of the story elements, a lot of the stuff that we find so wonderful in the current movies from the 70s, 80s, 90s, and so forth. They're all copy and pasted from the stuff from the 30s and 40s, and some in the 50s and 60s. Blows me away every single time.
If I could, and I may someday, I would love to get the Flash Gordon serials, because that was actually my favorite.
That's coming up. We're a few years, and all that stuff is 100% public domain.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're not too far off on that. Buck Rogers in 3 years.
Oh yeah, Buck Rogers too. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, the first story of Buck Rogers, which they don't actually mention Buck Rogers, is in the public domain. But everything else after that, where they do mention Buck Rogers, in about 3 years.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, there's even one of the movies. It had to do with Mars again, of course. The visuals and all that stuff. When you look at it, you go, "Oh my God, it's similar to." And then we're literally making movies from the 80s, but this is what really freaked us out. H.G. Wells' Things to Come.
Mm-hmm.
We watched that 1935 movie, I think it was 1936. The ending to that movie, the third act, I kid you not, it looks like Krypton. It's the designs, the outfit, the whole communication, the way the entire society runs and stuff like that. It literally Krypton of the golden and silver Superman. Oh, by the way, we also watched The Green Archer for 4 weeks, and The Green Archer itself. Okay, and was it Batman Begins? Bruce Wayne has a special garage. It's really a really big garage where he does he tinkers, and he's got this lowering platform. All right. That's literally in The Green Archer. In fact, in The Green Archer, they also have the same gag as the 1966 Batman, where the Batmobile races out of the Batcave, and the hedges move aside as it zooms through and all that stuff. It's all there. Oh, and the Batmobile, the design of the Batmobile, the 1940s Batmobile with a fin on the top. We saw that design in the underwater kingdom, and it was in full armor. There's just so much stuff, man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I would definitely say you're definitely laying a lot of knowledge out here, which is great.
Oh,
We all love
absolutely.
learning history.
Yeah,
we all love learning these things. Some of us are experts in some areas of genre in our culture, but the best part is, we have people like you who have vast knowledge in other areas of our geek culture.
Well, we're literally. I mean, all of us are geeks. We're Denelli and I on my channel, right? We're literally, we have so much geek knowledge, and when we're watching these old movies, originally we started off to watch them just to roast the heck out of them.
Yeah.
That was it. We're just going to make fun of these, and also, it was our mission to have the movie on the screen. We didn't want people to go find it and sync up to it and all that stuff. Right? We wanted the movie to be on the screen. So,
right.
So we've been sourcing it out every week. We've been sourcing new videos, new movies. And if there was a upload to YouTube, if YouTube says there's a problem here or there's a little snippet there that's a problem, we would cut it out or remove the audio and swap in new music and stuff like that. So it's 100% clear. And it blew our mind. Our roasting went from, oh, wait a minute, this is in Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. Holy smokes! This scene here, we're literally we're watching all this stuff, and we're like, yeah, this is an alien. This whole gag is out of an alien, and then we every time we pick something, we make it a point not to watch it. Right? We just make sure it's YouTube, and then we watch it for the first time during the show, and we're literally floored every single time. Every single time. There's something there that has been copy and pasted into our modern day movies.
Well, when you think about movies and stuff, when we look at some of the behind the scenes, because I love watching those. By the way, Cap, you might want to highlight Frog G.
I can't see the chat with the Frog G. Oh, there you go.
Oh yeah.
He's highlighting your channel.
Oh, hey, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
This is what Frog G does best.
You guys are welcome to join the panel to roasting the movies. Friday nights we do serials. Saturday nights we do actual movies. You're welcome to join the panel to roast the serials.
Hey, cool! I just became subscriber 311.
Thank you.
And yes, there is a reason why I kind of laugh at that.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Oh, you've never heard of the band 311?
No.
Okay. Don't worry about it. Just look them up. There's a band called 311.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
they got into a lot of controversy back in the day. They got into a little bit of controversy, but they're basically a rock group.
okay. I'll look them up. Hey, here's one more thing. Was it not this week? Last week, I think it was. We watched The Ghost in the Invisible Bikini. I think I told you this, Captain Trek. I'll tell to everybody here. That movie is quite literally a live-action version of Scooby-Doo. 2 or 3 years before the Scooby-Doo cartoon came into existence. The color palette, running from room to room, through the corridor, through the hallway. The bad guy taking off his monster costume. Even the color scheme of Fred and Shaggy. It's all there in Velma. All right, it's all there. This entire movie literally was a Scooby-Doo live-action Scooby-Doo cartoon without the dog.
George,
blew our mind.
Hey George, you might be interested, and I'll talk to my other panelists about this too. But I think you'd be interested in what we're doing on my show on Sundays. We're going through history of movies right now, and we're doing different aspects. We've done, we kind of got into the, how movies got started, how the silent film started. Now we're going into more themes. We did Universal monster movies.
Oh yeah,
and,
right.
And we are because I love those. One of the things I mentioned about why I thought those Universal monster movies are so impactful is because when you read, people back then had only read the books. There was no, really a lot of movies based on these books. And these are the visuals that are the reason why we think of Frankenstein the Frankenstein monster a certain way, or Dracula a certain way, because of the visuals. This was the first time these people had seen them. And I mean, you got to take it into context of the time. These are people who probably read the books and stuff, maybe heard a radio drama, but this is the first time they've ever actually gotten to see a visual of it.
Well, I'll add to what you just said. Yes, absolutely correct. A lot of the stuff that that was in the movies back then was still under copyright, so the studios had to actually buy the copyright to make those movies. The Universal monsters. If you take them all in and you watch them one after the other in chronological release, you'll realize they created a universe. They literally created the universe that these dummies tried to do in the last 10 years and couldn't pull it off. They did it back in the 30s and the early 40s. You rock, sir. I got that too. You
got that one?
Yep.
That is an awesome. Oh God, this is so gorgeous to have.
Yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. So they literally created. I mean, the Invisible Man, the Invisible Woman, where's it? There was like 15, 17 monster movies that literally was the whole universe from the early 30s to the late 40s. The whole universe gag. They already did it.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No. And one thing about the movies, up until the late 40s, early 50s, a lot of the movies, other than the ones that were scripted, like Wizard of Oz and stuff like that, a lot of the other movies were basically stage plays put into the movie theater.
Like Phantom of the Opera.
Phantom of the Opera, literally any movie that had singing in it.
Well, remember this. I think this was the case. I don't know if you've heard of the. Did you ever hear of the play Arsenic and Old Lace?
Oh, of course. Oh,
Okay, did you know
Cary Grant,
that?
right?
Then
Cary
you probably
Grant
know
was,
this.
yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
You probably know this. They got the actresses who were doing the stage play to do the movie.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yeah, you're knowledgeable. I figured you probably know. I didn't know that until I got into a conversation with someone and we were talking Arsenic and Old Lace. And I was looking it up and I found out, they got a 10, whatever it was a break from their stage production to go do this movie.
Yeah, that's why the movie works so well. The synergy between the actors, it's just the way they roll the lines, the facial expressions, even the hand expressions, the body expressions, the subtlety. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Now I say this: when it comes to Universal monster movies, Creature from the Black Lagoon is my favorite. Now here's why: I love the way the costume looks on the creature. I didn't know early on that until recently that there was two people in monster suits, the guy on the land and the guy in the water. But what always got me was how beautiful the underwater scenes looked at that time.
Well, they designed the monster suit around the scuba gear.
Yes.
I thought that was absolutely brilliant. The
Yes,
big punch on his back was the scuba gear.
And they hired a professional swimmer to be the person in the monster suit in the whole thing. Oh, Frog G's already. Look at Frog G's already got Arsenic and Old Lace trailer. God damn, you are on fire today, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
It's a very fun kind of satirical movie, but it was done in a way that is just enjoyable.
Yeah.
I always love the fact that every time they go outside, you got the cab driver. He's still there.
Yep.
Cab driver's like, "Are we going yet? Are we going yet?" And then the part where the cab driver says, "I'm not a cab driver. I'm a teapot."
Wow. Yeah, I think a lot of people would be surprised how much of the media that we consume is based on something that is so old.
Oh yeah.
Well, one of the things when you look at the behind the scenes, Captain, what you run into is you'll find we'll take I'll pull a more recent movie. Take Independence Day. It was obvious that the movie was based on a similar concept of V. And they even admitted that. They said, yes, we baked. And when you get those behind, then they say that you're like, yeah, we were looking at, movies they loved as children and as young adults and stuff. And they were like, how do I make this movie my own while still putting those kind of elements of that movie that I absolutely loved?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, you want? You guys remember Lost in Space, the 1998 version?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Well, I compared it to Lost in Space, the TV series, which I binge watched, and they were so what's it called? So religiously respectful of the original content that they took as much as they could from the 1960s series, and they put it into the 1998 movie. A lot of people said the 1998 movie, it's no good, blah, blah, and they start saying reason this and reason that. It's like, no, the 1998 version respected the original content to a T.
Have you seen the Netflix version?
Yes. Yes.
What did you think?
I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it too. I am looking for. I think they took the basis. They've made it somewhat their own, but I still feel it has some faithfulness. And I'm looking forward to the third season and where they try to say, "Oh, they gender swapped the Doctor." I'm like, no, they actually came up with a very ingenious way to pull that off.
Well, actually, well, you think they gender swapped the Doctor, but the actual Dr. Smith
It's Bill Mooney.
Yeah, yeah.
It's Bill Mooney. The original Dr. Smith in the show is Bill Mooney.
Yeah, that was great. I loved it.
Yeah, I did too. I've enjoyed. My wife thinks Dr. Smith is dead, and I pulled the trope with her. I've said every time when we watch something, did we see a body?
Yeah.
And because if you don't see a body, they ain't dead.
Well, you want to hear a little fun fact? The original actor who played Dr. Smith, I forgot his name. It escapes me. Okay, but the original actor who played Dr. Smith, he was an acting coach. And,
oh, really?
Yeah. And Chuck Norris was one of his students, and Chuck Norris says, "What can you do with me?" So he looked over Chuck Norris. Chuck did a few scenes and stuff like that, and he said, "Okay, I know exactly what you should do. Talk less and do more action." And that's how we got Chuck Norris.
I remember reading. I've seen some things with Chuck Norris when he did Enter the Dragon, and him and Bruce Lee were doing the fighting scenes, and that wasn't choreographed. That was they had trained with each other, that they knew each other that well.
Well, yeah, Chuck was a student of Bruce Lee.
Yes, he was, and he knew his fighting style, and he knew Chuck's fighting style, and that was how the fighting scenes did. And then you remember that whole chest hair. He pulls his chest. Bruce pulls his chest hair, and then Chuck Norris is like, does no, that's crossing a line here.
Yeah.
But it is one of the most beautiful, because it's even more beautiful now when you watch that scene at the end of the movie with Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee, because they knew the fighting style of each other, they respected each other, and they got through it real well. And I think they did it in one take.
Oh, wow!
I think
that'd be awesome.
And then, of course, the end of the movie, where after they fight, he covers him up, showing respect for his fallen warrior, which I thought was just perfect. They were rivals, but they still had respect for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's a little personal experience regarding Bruce Lee. The actor who played the Korean bad guy in Return of the Dragon,
Yes.
Master Wong, was my karate instructor back in high school, when I was in high school.
Oh, nice.
Yep. All the stuff that you hear about. He did a demonstration. Okay, he's a very skinny guy, right? He sat in a chair, and he said to his three most experienced students, he says, "Okay, lift me off this chair." Like literally, pick this chair up with me sitting on it. They couldn't do it.
I watched a. Oh, sorry.
No, okay. So, and we're all going like, "Holy smokes! How did he do that?" And then he said, "I'll show you." So he had us all lie down, and he said, "Okay, you're a cloud, and you're water vapor, You're condensing into rain. You're falling through the sky, falling into the earth. You're seeping into the ground. And now you're being absorbed into the roots, right? And he painted this picture. This is okay. Now get up and punch the first punching bag nearest you. So I got up and I did a straight punch to the bag. It felt like my hand was an end. It was literally mind over matter.
I watched an old interview with Bruce Lee, and Bruce Lee was giving, a demonstration on how he does certain things. And his fists were so damn fast that by the time I'm literally watching this on the video, the guy flinches after not Chuck Norris, sorry, Bruce Lee literally has already pulled his hand back. That's how fast this guy was. No, I'm not kidding you. I watched him literally do things where he was talking to the interviewer and he had a person there and he was just like, he just did that. And he would get so close to the guy's face and then pull back. And it was after he pulled back, the guy flinched.
Yep.
That's how fucking fast he. Also, any guy who can do a one-handed push-up like this, I ain't never been able to do it. I've never been able to do a one-handed push-up. Nothing compares to that, in my opinion, talking about mind over matter. I mean, Bruce Lee could do this. One-handed, not just one-handed, but just his index finger and his freaking thumb.
Wow.
And I've seen video of it. People told me about that, and I was like, nah, I don't believe that. And, eventually when the internet came around, and I was like, oh my God, he really could do that?
Yeah, Donnie Yen was of similar vintage in terms of awesomeness, like Bruce Lee.
Donnie Yen. Now, he was in Rogue Squadron and the Highlander in-game movie, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, he was the blind guy.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! You know what? Give me a second. I'm gonna go search the internet for something awesome for you guys.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen it. Bruce Lee versus Donnie Yen.
And good morning, Jedi Bill.
Good morning, Jedi Bill.
All right. I found it. I'm going to copy and paste in the private chat here. I'm not sure how you share it to the chats and click on it, play it, we'll watch it. It's absolutely incredible. The animated artist did this, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Hello there, number one sci-fi. I think, when I was, especially when I was researching a lot of my horror movie stuff for my channel, the makeup, the pain that the actors would go through to make sure they could create the art they wanted. They went through a lot of things just to, make that performance work. Versus nowadays, we've got some of these actors who are just like, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that for my art. Like, man, get the fuck out of here and let somebody else who actually has, talent and is willing to push through.
Check this out. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Let's see here now. Go ahead. And we'll go ahead and play it.
I'm assuming that's Donnie Young.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Oh,
Now, that.
To be able to pull your foot up that high to do that kind of kick takes skill.
Wow, that would be a lot of skill.
Oh, no way, he just did it! Is it just me, or did they not have Bruce Lee's stance right?
oh, they got the whole thing right.
And thank you, Frog G, for putting the link in.
I have a feeling Donnie Yen would have loved to have had a sparring match with Bruce Lee.
Oh,
I mean,
hell
come on,
yeah.
if you're in that profession, you're doing that. Wouldn't it be an honor to have a sparring session with him?
Oh, heck yeah.
Did 2013?
Yeah. It's been around for a long time. Have you seen the one where Superman versus the Incredible Hulk? The Christopher Reeve Superman?
Yes, I have seen those.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely beautiful.
No, that was very well done. No, the whole. I'm sorry, you had me right with him doing the.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it. That's Bruce Lee. And the way they got his foot movement and everything. Oh my God, that was beautiful. And his voice, where he did his. Well, George, I think you know this probably because you seem to have an exceptional knowledge of this stuff. But remember, I remember reading some of them were scared shitless of going near Bruce Lee when he had a pair of nunchucks in his hand.
Yeah. Well, and Bruce Lee created the nunchucks. Bruce Lee created that weapon.
Did he?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that. I actually tried to get, unfortunately it was very difficult for me. I was a young kid, but I did have a few pair of nunchucks, and it was basically because I watched Bruce Lee movies, and I was like, this guy just I mean, you're swinging these two sticks around, and I'm like, this guy is just scary as hell.
Yep.
Hey, Cap, I've got to
Yes.
get off here. I've got to get my homeschooling done with my kids. Cap, Bird, great to see you. Great to see everybody in the chat. George, if you are interested, I would love to have you part of my history of film, because you sound like you don't just sound like you have a wealth of knowledge. I would love to add in with my other two co-hosts who do the shows with me.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, it'll be about 2 weeks from now, because their boyfriend and girlfriend, one lives in California, one lives in Maryland, and Alicia AVP has gone to California to see Jack Beers. So I am like, I forgot about it when I asked about it. I was like, no, you guys spend time together, have fun. We will get back to this later. You know, I know, I'm like, but if you're interested, find me on Twitter, DM me.
What's your Twitter handle?
Now Bald Geek.
Wait, I got it. Give me a sec. I'm on Twitter right now. And
my handle is Now Bald Geek.
Now BALD Geek.
Yes.
Search. Okay. I'm really suck. Can you paste it into the private chat?
Yeah,
So
sure, no problem. Just give me 1 second. I'm go to my profile.
And I can't even spell correctly. Let's try that again. No.
Don't worry about it, man. I've had so many freaking Twitter accounts. This is the one that's lasted, I think, the longest.
Yeah, I did a supercut of Superman versus the Hulk. I put him at.
Yeah, that was a really good one, but that doesn't compare to the one you just showed me.
Yeah.
The Superman versus Hulk, I've seen those. That doesn't compare to what Donnie Yen versus Bruce Lee.
All right.
But yeah, I just put my Twitter I put my Twitter handle in the private chat.
Yeah, I'm following you, and here's mine, so you can just hit me back. And I do have to go to. And guys, really, for my channel, you're all welcome to come on the panel to roast the cereal or the movies Fridays and Saturdays.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
All right, hail everybody, hail the chat, hail Bird of Prey. Talk to you later. Thank you, Captain Truck, for having me on.
You're more than welcome. You have a good day.
You too.
And well, Bird, you going on today? Do you want to thank both NB Geek and George for being on today? And hello, Milton. How are you today? Anything going on with you, Milton? I'm assuming Bird will be going live. I don't know what he's got going on, but anywhere from 3 to 4 Eastern. So don't know what he has planned for today. Usually open lines, probably playing Call of Duty, whatever the hell it is. And I'm doing okay, thanks, Milton. let's see here. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up for now. I do want to thank you for joining. I do want to thank everybody who's been on the panel and everyone who's been in the chat. Thank you so much. Be sure to check out the featured channel for today, which is Dillard Draws. He does a lot of drawing streams. I think you'll enjoy watching him. Again, thank you for joining, and have a great day.